Well, we're just 3 days out from the kickoff of Penn State Thon at the Bryce Jordan Center, and I'm joined live by the Dean of Penn State College of Medicine, Dr. Karen Kim. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Kim, we are pleased to have you. So, the Four Diamonds mission is to cure childhood cancer, and money raised during Thon helps carry out that mission, a partnership that started back in 1977. So how has that partnership shaped what you do, and what can we do today that was nearly impossible 50 years ago?
Yeah, the funds raised by Thon that's happening this weekend are really quite remarkable. I don't know if you know, but it's the largest student-run philanthropy in the world, and it's here to support our kids. As you know, childhood cancer is one of these very rare cancers, but it's grown about 45% in the last 45 years. And so without this type of philanthropic support, it allows us to do cutting edge research. It allows us to take care of these vulnerable children with cancer and their families. We wouldn't be able to do this without this type of support.
Yeah, that support means a lot, and I know it makes a difference in the lives of so many of those families. And speaking of that money raised during Thon, again, that helps pediatric oncology patients at Penn State Children's Hospital. You spoke about that research. It is a big part in finding better and more precise treatments for each cancer patient. So in that research, what are some of the proudest achievements you have?
Well, I think there's several things. One, I think from a research perspective, we are really in the era of precision medicine. So cancers used to just be sort of one big term, and now we're understanding that everyone's cancer is a little bit different. And the money from Four Diamonds and Thon really help us understand precision medicine for cancer. We can now kind of target cancer therapy to address your own cancer. And that's really new, and we're really excited about that, and we're investing the money that we're raising from Thon to be able to continue our research in this area. It's very cutting edge.
Yeah, well, that precision is so important, and much of the research you and your team are involved in leads to the development of experimental therapeutics. So how has this changed the way you treat children who are on this journey in fighting cancer?
Yeah, I think many ways. One is that we provide a really great social support that we otherwise wouldn't be able to have, because fighting pediatric cancer is about taking care of not only the child, but the whole family. And so these kind of funds allow us to do that. On top of that, we're able to understand now the sort of genetic alterations that happen with cancer, like your genes that you're born with that get changed, and we can apply that therapy to your cancer so your survival rate is much better. I think the other thing is this idea that we know that cancer as a disease requires really tremendous psychological support as well. And these funds allow us to take care of the whole child and the whole family.
But Dr. Kim, when parents hear terms like experimental therapies and clinical trials, that could be scary for a family who's fighting to do everything they can to save their child. So how do you navigate those complexities and those emotions when you're dealing with these situations?
Yeah, unfortunately, treatment for childhood cancer has been stuck for a long time and sort of in an antiquated way. And I think what we have realized now is that clinical trials are not necessarily just a last-ditch effort, but it really allows us to understand how cancers are going to respond to therapies in a way that's beneficial for the child and their family. And so this allows us to cure children with cancer. And that's incredibly important. And Penn State College of Medicine and Penn State Health are really driving treatments and therapeutic options for children and families with cancer.
Well, you spoke earlier in the interview about how childhood cancer has dramatically increased over the past 4 decades. It's now higher than 80% of folks. Those long-term survivors have to keep watch for late effects. So what are some of the late effects, and how do you help families work through that stage of treatment?
The really great news is most children diagnosed with pediatric cancer live. And so what we are moving towards is survivorship. Treatment that you've had, whether it's radiation therapy or drugs that you received as a child, sometimes can lead to cardiac complications or second malignancies. And so sort of that trajectory from treating a child with cancer to allowing them to survive and thrive through survivorship is really important. And we are leading kind of the field in thinking about cancer survivorship, and largely through these philanthropic funds and the scientists we have on campus.
Well, we want everybody to survive and thrive. That is the absolute key. And before we go, what makes you most proud about Thon and the work you do with pediatric oncology?
It's like an out-of-body experience to be there. You see over 16,000 students that have dedicated hundreds and hundreds of hours to preparing for this. And they're dancing on their feet for 46 hours. And yet the stadium is alive, and they're doing this all for the kids. And to be able to be part of that and to be a beneficiary of being able to steward those funds to cure childhood cancer, it's an unbelievable experience. And I encourage you to go to thon.org and think about ways to get involved. It's a really meaningful experience.
FTK for the kids. We are looking forward to this weekend, looking forward to seeing you. And thank you for all you do, Dr. Kim. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you so much.